What's up guys, K-Plays here. Come join me for a casual hunt in the chat. You guys read the title right. I'm going to Twitchcon next week. Super excited to finally get a chance to play the demo myself. And I'm sure it'll be tons of fun. But as much as I want to just go and play and enjoy my first ever big gaming event, I also want to do some research for all the hunting horn users out there. See, is one of the main channels doing any hunting horn coverage this time around? I want to make sure you guys have all the details you can possibly get ahead of the public demo that's hopefully coming really soon. I mean, longsword, charge blade, bow, they've all been analyzed up and down by now. We need somebody dedicated to digging up the details on the dudes here. I'd absolutely love to get some recording access to have my own footage to look through, so if anybody out there has a dad's, uncle's, sister's, grandma or something that works at Capcom, tell them to hit me up. Barring that though, what I want to do is this. I have a list of things that I want to try to test out for myself that we'll go through in a bit. What I want you guys to do though is add on anything you might still be wondering in the comments. Because I mean, seeing as it took a full 3 analysis videos during Gamescom for me to cover all of what we were shown and I still have questions, yeah, there's clearly a lot going on here, and it'll probably take someone intentionally setting out to detail hunt and find everything to actually find everything. Since I'm doing it both for myself and to bring the info to all of you, I want to make sure I collect some feedback to work with. So drop anything you're still curious about, you want confirmation for, or whatever down below, and I'll try my best to work through the list we put together while I'm at the event. I'll start off with what I'm planning to test out. First things first, that mounted recital playing we heard about. We got word of that in a tweet, but no visual evidence of it just yet, so I want to mess around with that a bit to see how it works. I'm still looking at this one a little bit sideways since it looks like it might be a corner horner stream feature with the ability to spam songs on the go, but for me, this will be a useful feature for things like reapplying buffs and stocking up on echo waves while the monster changes areas. Second, we see to mention that both the Focus Strike and new Recital mode attacks have a mechanic that increases the damage if you properly time your button inputs. If I didn't read about it, I probably wouldn't even know it existed though, so it's kinda hard to find out just by seeing gameplay. I want to see if I can work out the timing myself when I'm actually hands-on. I really like the idea of a rhythm-based combo for Hunting Horn. With Sword and Shield having perfect rush for a few games now, I'm surprised that the concept has been introduced to Monster Hunter, but not on the musical weapon first. After the Wilds reveal, it makes perfect sense now. I mean, clearly Capcom was just saving up all their love for Hunting Horn so they could just drop it on us all at once. Makes sense, right? In any case, we have it now. This should bring out a fun layer of technicality to our gameplay in the future. Third is that offset melody. We finally managed to see this used a few times on the last day of Gamescom, but I still have a couple things I'm wondering about when it comes to how it works. It seems like there are two parts to the move, a built-in dodge and then the follow-up swing with offset counter frames. What I want to know is how generous the safe window for both is, so I'm probably going to be spamming this a ton when I first get to play. For some of the most recent general news we've gotten since Gamescom, apparently offsets aren't free forever. From what I understand, eventually, monsters will react less and less to the knockback effects of the counter, and it'll just become more like an aggressive damage tanking move. Your follow-up options will also start to adjust to compensate for you not having as big of a window to punish over time. And speaking of which, we have yet to see what move Hunting Horn's offset attack combos into. If I had to guess, it'll probably be some sort of quick recital, but I want to find out for sure myself. With examples like Greatsword being able to reel itself in with the hook slinger like a grappling hook to continue the assault, chances are there may be certain moves that are only accessible after an offset attack knockdown. Next up, number 4 on my list. I want to see if there are any other differences to how the song queue works. We've already seen that cancelling a recital before the song activates keeps it loaded to still use later, which is good for making sure you don't have to restock those notes if you picked a bad time to try and get the song out. On the more offensive side, I'm thinking that if a monster just isn't letting up and is only allowing you quick windows to fire off attacks, this now lets you throw out recitals as a solid hit and run move. Wilds is speeding up most of these animations, and thanks to the extra sound waves they get, they're one of the stronger attacks you have in moments where you can only use one before having to get back on the move. If there are any other tweaks with technical implications like this, I'll definitely want to find them ahead of getting less limited access to the demo. Number 5 is bubble mechanics. These will definitely end up being important to our gameplay, so I want to make sure I understand as much as I can about them. This means things like what happens if you try to place a fourth if there are already 3 on the field, or how to best place them to make sure you get most out of their effects. Really though, if nothing else, I want to get a feel for how easy or difficult it is to keep a fight near them to take advantage of the extra damage and special buffing effects, since that'll be our quote-unquote best case scenario for full potential. The times have really changed for that for Hunting Horn. It's not going to be as simple as just keeping self-improvement and attack up active at all times anymore. Lastly though, the 6th thing I'll be looking for is whether or not we've missed any attacks in the moveset or what we've seen is the entire kit. We do know that some things just won't be seen into the full game because special performances will be different from horn to horn, but there's still a small chance that we might be missing some normal attacks hiding in there somewhere. Specifically, I'll be looking to confirm if there are no more directional encores and if the echo attack is really gone. The former is more for moveset variety than anything. Since while I get that the way Encores work now will want a forward hitting attack to land all the stacked sound waves, but still, you can't deny the pure style points they had. For the latter, come on, spin to win. Sure, the Echo attack kinda took over our attack rotation by being almost too good of a move in comparison with the rest of our selection, but if they make it just less spannable, I think it'd be alright. It's got the new recital combo to compete with now after all, and with no Echo notes we won't really be needing it for song playing either. Could be fine if you ask me. I understand why either move could possibly have been removed, but I want to be absolutely sure they are instead of just working on assumptions. That's all I'm going in with so far though. As I said before, toss out anything you want to know and I'll look for answers next week. And if any of you are also going to be at Twitchcon, feel free to try and spot me and say hi. I know we haven't done a face reveal on the channel just yet, but I'll give you a hint. Look for the Hunting Horn themed t-shirts. Till next time though, this has been another K-Plays and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.